Boy, this fan is much needed today, guys. We got a lot of heat. Welcome back, my loved ones. How you guys doing? How you enjoying these series? How you enjoying this playlist? Okay. Let me get this light on real quick. Come on. Skunk 2 sent some heat, guys. Boy, did they look out. Huge shout out to my brother Brandon. I've known this guy so many years. First time I ever went to California, I stayed with Brandon, and it was probably the best experience of my life. That's the time I realized that I fell in love with California. I don't know about this new California. All my California subscribers in here can vouch for it. Shit's gotten weird. It is what it is. Skunk 2 sent a lot of nice things, guys. So I paid for the majority of the stuff I paid for everything in first place. They hooked you guys up with second, third, fourth, and fifth. They sent some nice, cool things, and I'm going to share that with you. Today I am doing an install on the side cover, the Billet K24 V2 Time and Chain side cover. Now, I have the V1 on the AK-47. This design is way different, and I am hoping that I'm going to be installing this correctly. I'm going to probably say it a few times, so bear with me. They integrated a time and chain guide into the V2, which is super helpful. Now you don't have to run that guard that sits under that comes off of the guide for the oil pump. So, what are we doing today? Few updates happened while you guys were catching up to the other vlogs. We'll talk about everything that I've done behind the scenes, details that I've added, and if I do sound repetitive, I am very sorry. But we have a lot of things to show you that showed up, and a lot of behind the scenes activities that came into the light. Now, I see a lot of people saying, man, thank you so much for the gems. I mean, the feedback is crazy, guys. It's the only thing that keeps me on the internet. You know, positive comments just, it's like, you know what, man, this fight is worth fighting. I'm pretty good at doing business, man. I'm pretty good at being a leader. I can just go buy a grocery store, buy a few of them. I could get some real estate and just live out my life like that, you know, like how really successful people do. Instead, I'm here, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it because I know that these videos are going to last for 100 years. Believe it or not, maybe in 20, 30 years, our children are going to be building Ks and they're going to be using my DIYs. So the legacy is there. Your guys' support is there. When you hashtag keep gunning, when you know your positive comments, when you rock the merch, when you spread the word about this movement, when you spread the word about this channel, it goes a long way, man. We will always be stronger in numbers. We'll always be stronger when we are united. So I hope you're enjoying this intro. But it's time to show you what the hell's been going on behind the scenes and get this vlog going. I got lucky today. I thought today I would have had to set up the tripod and work like that. Seb's got no work. He's on his way right now. And boy, is he needed today because that side cover, it's going to be a little messy. But we'll get through it. We'll explain it as easy as possible. And we'll start gunning. If you haven't joined the giveaway, the link is in my description. You'll never see another giveaway like this in your life. 10, 20 years from now, I promise you. 10 different prizes, and it's almost time to show all 10 prizes. So, start gunning. All right, now. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, so. All right, guys. Yep, all right, guys. All right, so. Okay, boys. You got something to say, 40? Yeah. Hi. I mean, how beautiful is this thing? It just screams baller, right? Not a terrible price. Not a terrible price. I think retail is like $360. It's not terrible to have a two-piece side cover that you don't really have to take apart your bottom, the whole cover off to remove a cylinder head or work on your camshafts and so on and so forth. Now, they did change the V2 from the V1, obviously. They added this O-ring feature that wasn't here before. They give you a little bit extra that you can cut off. It says you don't need silicone, and it also says you need silicone. So if you run a thicker head gasket, you're going to need silicone. If you're running an OEM head gasket, you don't need silicone. I'm going to put silicone. I trust Honda Bond. Now, this is the guide that I'm telling you about. You see that? This is a chain guide, so your car doesn't really jump timing. Let's see how that looks here. Bear with me. Now, where's the problem, folks? What's missing? Yeah, it's missing. So, from what I've collected is, you have to sit the gear for your crank position sensor. Remember, we always face outside. If you do not put this outside, you are in a world of trouble. You're going to have to tear your motor apart. So the difference between this and this, it's over. You have to tear your whole side cover apart, flip it around to where it says outside, and then you wasted so much time and effort cleaning. This is very crucial. When it comes to your timing cover, this is where everything should slow down. Double check your bolts, tighten everything up, just make sure everything is good, because this is the hardest part of the entire K-Series motor. And it's not that difficult if you do your due diligence. So always on the outside. Now I have it there. There's no video on YouTube explaining this cover. Trust me, I've tried. I tried doing research, Google, everything. Doesn't fit. Does not go on. You see that? So we have to, I'm assuming we have to take this gear out with it facing outside like this, right? And we have to sit it in this pocket and then line it up. And it's going to spin here, and it's not going to hit nothing because it's going to be completely center with the crankshaft. So I guess I'll wait for Seb to install this, because it's going to be very hard to vlog doing this. It's very tedious. Now, what else did Skunk send? Let's show the next slide. So first place motor, we get the 70 millimeter Pro Series throttle body. Comes with both gaskets for the TPS and intake manifold. We'll get further explanation on that once we install it onto the intake manifold. So I went with the black. What a beautiful piece. So I got the K21. I think the one-piece one looks ugly. I ordered the adapter from K-Tuned for the bottom water hose. So we have that. We'll show it a little bit more. Valve cover. See where this is going? Huge shout out to K-Tuned again. One of the best valve covers in the industry. Direct bolt on, very easy to work with. In my opinion, affordable, comes coated. You can get it in raw, pause, wrinkle black, and then wrinkle red. So we got that, the throttle body, we got our side cover, and then this is what they blessed second, third, fourth, and fifth with. Oh, almost forgot. They gifted one of you a composite fuel rail. In my opinion, that should go to second place. So we'll put that there. 4 covers. Coil covers from Skunk. Here's part numbers in case you're looking for one. I purchased the intake and the exhaust port cover set. There goes that part number, which is basically these, but Skunk's version, and they are very nice. I'm going to install those on all 4 motors. They also sent the 25th anniversary, billet oil cap in black. So all 4 motors are going to come with coil cover. Second place will come with a composite fuel rail. They're all going to be blocked here at the port so nothing goes inside on the intake and the exhaust. And then I'll take off these ugly little things here. I mean, this one looks really clean. I love OEM. And then we'll swap that out for the billet oil caps. So, huge shout out to Skunk again. We're working, guys. What else did I take care of? So, ended up doing some fine detailing here. This took me almost 3 hours to paint. Took almost 20 minutes to tape correctly. I just ended up hitting it with some trim black. I serviced the valve inside, and I put a new gasket on. VTEC solenoid is finished. Timing is done, obviously. Came out sweet, clean, easy. I put it in the last video on basically the DIY for that. Cleaned up the starter, added a little bit of detail with the downstar bolt, but that's ready to go. I painted both sides so it could look real nice when we put the clutch on. Water pump housing. Was waiting for this O-ring from AcuraPartsWarehouse.com. That came in, but this is all clean and done, baby. Look at this. Look at that. Brand new, I think I said it wrong. I forgot what vlog. PVC, it's PCV. I think. PCV? Correct me if I'm wrong. Put that brand new OEM, brand new water pump, brand new K-tuned swivel housing. Waiting for hardware too from Acura. I got some brand new intake manifold bolts and brand new exhaust bolts. I thought I had a few left. I didn't, because it's almost time to put that header on. But we got some work to do. You know, added the detail. This, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see that all together. When this side covers on, this motor is going to just completely take different shape. It's almost going to look like Fergie and Jesus. What movie? So, different approach here. This is the first time I do this, but it shouldn't be that terrible. I am going to silicone the block first. So I'm not really too worried about the top. I'm going to go from here, around, hit the oil pan, come back up, put a nice little layer here, thin, thin here, and that's pretty much done. Maybe put a little bit here. The way that this is going to get installed, guys, this is probably the only video in the world that's explaining this, because trust me, I looked. I even called Jamie. He said he had some notes to the side. The easier way to have would have been to do this is no oil pan. Maybe sneaking it up would have worked, because look, it has to sit inside of that pocket. So I positioned that crank to have a perfect receiving point for this pin. So I've got my surface clean on here. My surface is not clean on here. So what I'll do is I'll take a microfiber. I'll just touch the rag and I'll just wipe like this. Anywhere the silicone is going to touch, we're going to make sure that there's no grease. So yes, we're going to put a little bit of Honda Bond on the motor in that area where I pointed out. Also, that O-ring is sitting in its receiver here. They give you a little bit more, so I ended up just cutting it exactly where I needed it. So bear with me. I'm going to get the silicone ready, and hopefully by the next clip we can just smoothly install this bottom end. This top end, you could worry about that later. Maybe you could add a little bit of layer of silicone here, so when you send it down to receive the hex keys, it's just going to sit and bond like this. Now they say you don't need silicone, but you need silicone. You need silicone. Remember, you want to be behind the bolts or behind the thread. It's a very delicate area, so we'll emphasize on silicone there. So I came down that line. Didn't worry about this quite yet because we'll put the second part on afterwards. So while still being at this point, I'll just hit the oil pan too. Behind. Give it a nice layer. Any excess we'll be able to wipe it afterwards, but don't want to mess around with a leaky side cover. Alright, we also have to put silicone there, but that's for the second part of the cover. And then we have to hit this, 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 and this, and this. So I'll start a little bit past the cylinder head and block area so that there's not a gap. I'll bring that silicone down. I'll go to the left here. Make sure I get a nice layer. That's it. I'm there. Now, oh my God. What's worse on your hands, guys? Anti-seize or silicone? I'm going anti-seize. You get anti-seize on your hand, it's over for your day. Alright, thin, small layer here. Very, very thin layer. Just so that O-ring can grab. That's more than enough. Hit here, just touch it, like that. Hit here. Just touch it. Whatever excess, I'll be able to wipe in a second. Remember, when putting this stuff on, make sure that the surface is clean, because then the Honda Bond won't work. The right thing would have been to do is to take off the oil pan. But there's no way I'm taking off that oil pan. Look how beautiful that's sealed up, Seb. This will never leak 200%. Will never. I don't give a fuck if there's a fire. It'll never leak. Okay. I am going to try to hold this gear in place so I can get this pin to line up here. Now if I make a mess, it is what it is. I have my O-ring on. I have silicone in that area. I have silicone in this area, here. I didn't think I needed that one, but for safety, I'll leave it there. Wish me luck, because this is about to get messy. Let's see how good you are, Aki. You're already messing up. Almost, come on. Almost. Got it. Got it. We have that sitting inside. Perfect. Our gear. And then now I can put these two long ones first. Pause. So in the there's instructions. There's instructions on which bolts to put in first. I always, every time I do a side cover, I start with the bottom two. Look at the way that threads in, nice and beautiful. We're gonna get a nice seal on that. A real nice seal. All right, let me work. Let me get these bolts in here, guys, and then we'll update you on what's the next part for this cover. So this torques to about 8.7 pounds, give or take 9 pounds. I pretty much have it done by hand. Excuse the fan, huh? Yeah, sorry guys, it's a heat wave going on right now. It's going to be for the next 3-4 days. So what's really important is that I get this to start bonding, because I'm gonna have to flip this motor upside down so I can get the 3 bolts into the oil pan. But basically everything is tight here. Wow. That top cover is pretty easy. So the top cover I'll actually silicone here instead of there. So it's just this area and that's done. So.
How sick is the contrast with the black, huh?
Yeah, it's coming out good. It's coming out good. So we have our post mount that's responsible for sealing that. Okay. Let me, and then here also, guys, on the side, on the tensioner cover, Skunk 2 provides like a bigger window so that you could get to that easier. What the best part about this is, you don't need any silicone. I'm still gonna give it a nice little thin layer. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna trust Dave. Dave says it does not need silicone. I'm gonna trust Dave. So, because it's made for you to take in and out, not to be bonded. So if you need to get to your timing and if you need to change anything quickly, swap your cams, you're just gonna release the tensioner here, take off this top cover, and you're good to go. You could swap cams 10 times faster with this side cover, and it's actually lighter than the OEM cover. Real crucial point is to hurry up and get this silicone to the bottom of the side cover. So I don't know if these are, no, let's see, are they going to be too long? These hex keys, might have to use shorter ones. Can you see something real quick, Sid? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they don't give you that. So, let's see. Okay, so these are going to be too long. No issue. I'm going to find shorter hex keys so I could just keep this theme going of hex keys, and then I'll get that tightened up. So 3 shorter hex keys, and that's going to seal up nice. I could see the silicone just surrounding that area. That looks good. Yep. Let's wipe off this excess here so we could have a clean look. I think she's sealed there, mate. Man, that cover looks great. I say the next thing is put that seal on. I have a brand new OEM cover seal, whatever you want to call it, crank seal. I'll install that and move forward. So I opted to put the silicone on the ring. I'm all set right here. This entire surface is clean. Both surfaces are clean. So I'll just grab it from the ends here. Try to go one shot. Beautiful. I'll add my hex keys in, tighten everything up, and this side cover is done. Motor won't be turning on for a while, so the great news is we're going to get 100% seal. Everything is going to have enough time to dry up and do its job. By the way, when you're threading everything in, it should always be by hand. So that way you know there's absolutely no resistance. This hex key is going to thread in so easily. All these keys threaded in so easily. I don't know what's up with this one. I'm having an issue on this guy here. Everything is center. Tried a longer hex key. Let's try it together. Look, this is a longer hex key. Just doesn't thread in. I know why. I know why. This K24, Sebi, this is a RBB4. The 4 has I believe a 12 or a 14 in it. That's why, but it's sealed. The silicone is around it. Now I know why. Yep. That's the only bolt that is not going to thread in on an RBB4. I remember seeing it and I remember saying, man, is Skunk going to... I think it's a 14 millimeter. Yes, the 14 millimeter, guys. The 14 millimeter. It's on Manolo. No wonder. Yeah. Yep. RBB4 on the K24 side cover has a 14 millimeter that goes in. So that's going to end up being blank. It's super safe. Look at all the silicone holding it together. It's good to go. Nice little wipe down. Put our cover on. Put our seal in. Put a brand new, the brand new dampener in, and we're all done. So for safety measure, guys, look, I just filled that hole and just made sure that the silicone came out. Just for safety, but it's more than fine. Now we're just installing the tensioner cover. The gasket is sitting behind it. Looks so freaking clean already. And I hear, you know what I hear is good, Seb, for like aluminum, like billet stuff and titanium? Hand sanitizer. You believe that?
Makes sense. Alcohol.
Yeah. I always just use the glass cleaner. It has a little bit of alcohol in it. It's good to go. This hex key's too long. I'll swap it.
Beauty right there.
So as a precautionary step, I put the crank position sensor in, bolted that up with another hex key, and now I'm just spinning the motor to make sure nothing is grinding and everything is smooth. Everything is smooth. Little assembly lube here in this section. Maybe just hit that there. Make sure we have all our grease compact. We don't want this to leak. It should fall right in. And then just need a little bit more push. Just like that. That's all. Nice and flush. And then what happens, see? That's why I hate working with silicone sometimes. You'll touch it by accident. So, and I remember not to touch the sides. Brand new crank pulley, always worth it. These used to be about 60, 70 bucks brand new from Honda. This is an OEM Honda one. I ordered it for, I think CRV or something like that. They shot up in price. Everything OEM is super expensive right now. Good luck, guys. Good luck out there. We'll set our keyway inside. We have a little bit of lube on the crank. How good's that look? Money. So once we tighten this up, it will definitely seal that pulley. See that? How it pushes in, Sebi? That's it. And it locks in. Now let's just turn it before we hammer down with the gun and just make sure that everything is kosher. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Let me get my weighted socket, tighten that up, and I am finished with that side cover. You gotta be real careful with this guy. This gun is very strong. I never really even charge the battery. It's always, I just don't use it too much because it's just way too strong. So I'll use my weighted socket. Good, that's it. So now we know 100% that that seal is where it needs to be. We'll double check the spin again. Beautiful. Put it on the red mark so it could look cool. Put it to TDC, why not? Here comes TDC. TDC. Your white line is TDC, gentlemen. Beautiful. Yeah. I knew that that black would look good there. Once we get the valve cover on, it's all going to come together. Black, black, billet, billet, silver, silver, billet goes together. So I'm continuing this theme of hex keys. I think I'm going to have to call Frank Downstar and ask him to send me 3 hex keys for this post mount. Post mount's billet too. Should have been black. Beautiful. Whoa! Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Lucky son of a bitch, whoever you are. Final thing to do for today, well basically for this vlog, is going to be mounting up the water pump. Guys, most people end up confusing adding silicone on this line. The water pump doesn't even actually touch that. So you just basically follow this silicone here. So to make your life easy, don't put it onto the water pump. You should do this side this way. So inside of the bolts, or inside of the thread. Come around. Nice layer. This is a water pump. We're putting it on a little bit thicker than the actual side cover. We'll just squeeze this guy up. Some of the easiest way to do it is twist it like this, and then you can kind of like pinch it to come out. Like, watch this. See how easy that is? Nice and clean. Take your time, folks. Patience is key. That's it. It's ready for the water pump. The rest I'll do with the ratchet. So just squeeze that down and you are money. 14. Beautiful. Trust me, I tried to find this bolt OEM, no luck. Beautiful. 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 So if you come around to this side, Seb, you see that seal of silicone there? That's not even worth wiping off. Don't wipe that off. It's just basically another gasket for you. Just leave it alone. You're never going to be down there. No one's ever going to see. You just make sure your silicone's good and your money. Absolutely money. That's beautiful. Guys, that calls it for this vlog. Again, I'm not trying to put out content that's going to confuse you. There is absolutely no video in the world that is covering that side cover, especially in detail the way that I did it. I got lucky. I just had to basically figure it out. I couldn't get no response from anyone. I asked on Instagram Live if anyone has experience with it. To no avail. Jamie never got back to me with those notes. He must be super busy. Got it finished. Skunk 2 time and chain cover. Huge shout out to Skunk 2. Thank you for the continuous support. You always hold me down. Big love to my brother Brandon out there. He's kicking ass with Skunk 2. Shout out to Dave from Skunk 2. Biggest pioneer in all of racing. He's #1. He innovates, people copy. God bless him. God bless Skunk. God bless you guys. We have some really nice goodies that are about to go on. You'd like to join the giveaway, the link is in my description. You get a hat randomly selected. You got the lanyards behind Seb. You got the stickers and a free ticket. But most importantly, we taught you something today. We gave you the ability to believe in yourself. This is going to actually get a lot cleaner. So, I mean, you know what? Let's just give him a nice little teaser here, Sebby. How's it look with the valve cover here? Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we'll move on into the next vlog where it'll be like intake manifold. I'm still waiting for those OEM bolts. And yeah, we got a lot of other stuff to take care of. Set up the throttle body. I'll save that content for you when the hardware gets here. So huge shout out again to Skunk sending all those goodies. Thank you guys for joining so far. How do you like the merch? Comment below. How do you like the lanyards? Give me some awesome feedback. Give me some feedback. I'll catch you on the next vlog. I love you. I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep going.